What are the secret lakefront questions that every buyer needs to ask before they sign on the dotted line? Many buyers jump into buying a lake house without asking the right questions, and sometimes they're going to end up with unexpected issues, which are going to cause buyers remorse. So let's talk about some of the questions you need to be asking before you write an offer on that particular property. Number one, what are the water quality levels? The lakes are all going to have different water qualities. And as a lakefront specialist, I can tell you where you need to go to check out the water quality for each of our lakes and see if that meets your expectation. The second thing is, are there any boating restrictions? If you're wanting to be out on a power speedboat out on the lake, is that going to be accepted where you're buying your property? Third thing is flood insurance required? Now, here in East Tennessee, our lakes are controlled by TVA, so the majority of our properties are not going to require flood insurance. However, there are going to be a few instances where flood insurance may be required. So that's something you need to know up front so you don't get hit with unexpected cost on down the road. What are the local fishing regulations? Are you allowed to just go down to your dock and fish, or do you need to get a license? Can you fish anytime you want to? We can help you find the answers to those questions. Now, what are the plans for future development in the area? Is there anything going in that might change the quality of your life in that community on down the road? We're going to help you get the answers to those questions. What are your annual maintenance costs? And I'm not just talking about your property taxes, your HOA fees. Obviously, you're going to have maintenance with the house, be it the roof, the plumbing, the HVAC, things like that. But when you buy a lake house, you also need to look at what is the cost of shoreline maintenance, what is the cost of dock maintenance. Am I going to have to raise and lower my dock every year as the water comes in and out? So you need to know up front what the costs are with owning a particular lake home. And that's where buying a home that's already built is going to be a little more valuable, because that owner is going to be able to share some of that information with you. So then I would also tell you to find out, what are the local property taxes? Now, here in East Tennessee, I can tell you for a fact that our property taxes are probably going to be much lower than wherever it is you're moving from. I've had people ask me, how much are the property taxes? And it would be $1 million house out on the lake. And when I tell them it's $3,000 or $4,000 a year, they're like, a year, not a month. So again, I don't think the property taxes are going to be a deterring factor to any lakefront buyers, but you do want to know what the taxes are, and is there a reassessment being planned anytime soon? The last question you need to ask is this property going to be lake accessible all year round? Again, our lakes are controlled by TVA. They're going to come up, they're going to go down. So if you're buying a property that's in a cove, you may not have water there during the winter months. So it's important that you find that out ahead of time, because you don't want to buy a house in the summertime when the lake is up and everybody has lots of water, only to find out come November that you don't have water frontage anymore, so to speak. You're going to have to go somewhere else to put your boat in. So when you're making a big decision like buying a lake house, it's important that you get all the information up front before you actually write that contract. Follow me for more expert advice on buying lakefront property. And if you're ready to make that move, give me a call. I'd love to help you out.